ready for another lesson?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Row Banter, your favorite casual movie talk podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Schwartz. And on this week's episode, we'll be doing a Bit of Sizzle here on the Big Lebowski. But of course, before we get to any of that, I'm joined today by Nathaniel Gingrich.
What up, folks? I'm Nathaniel, and I'm the only one around here that cares about the rules.
Yeah? What are the rules?
It's a league game. Can't cross the foul line.
Right.
Is over the line, and it's about drawing a line in the sand.
Is that a metaphor?
It's a quote from this movie that we're doing this week.
Okay. The
Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski. Of course, Bit of Sizzle because Mr. BlakeHolder will not be joining us today. He's in Vietnam.
He's not
Funny
in
enough.
He is not.
No, he's in Jamaica on a vacation with his family. I don't even know how long is he gone for? A week?
Who knows?
Yeah,
he's
a bit, right?
He's in back row, Jamaica.
Yeah, he's in the back row Jamaican headquarters.
Office.
They're chilling over there. Wish I was in the headquarters in Jamaica right now. Sounds pretty nice.
Bet you it's warmer than it is here. Although not by much, because it's been very warm here.
It's been very warm here. It's almost like climate change is happening.
Yeah, it's been like 60s.
What is that Bo Burnham line? Warm summer air in early fall.
Sure.
Quiet comprehending of the ending of it all.
Yep, that's the one.
That's the one.
Nailed it.
Yeah. God, I got to watch Inside again.
Maybe don't.
No, I've seen it enough. Just kidding. There's no seeing that thing again enough. I love that movie. I'll call it a movie. Why not? Performance.
Peace.
Incredible. Also joining us today, it's the dude, Tyler Vidalis.
What's going on?
I don't know why I said it like that. I didn't mean to.
I'm a dude. She's a dude. He's a dude. 'Cause we're all dudes, yeah.
Is that from something? Is that a reference? What is that from?
Do you know, Nathaniel?
Is that Euro Trip?
No.
Do not know.
Good Burger.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like a Good Burger thing.
Welcome to Good Burger. Home with a Good Burger.
Was that a show, right? Or is that just an SNL skit?
Keenan and Kel is a show, which is both of those characters. Good
Got
Burger is the movie.
Got it. Cool. Is Kenan Thompson back on SNL?
Did he leave?
I thought he did.
I didn't know he left.
I thought he left for a season or two and did his own thing, and then is he back now? Or maybe he never left and I'm stupid, but I thought he left. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I thought, why did I have it in my head? I know. Let me look this up now.
Yeah, you better find out.
Yeah, now
Get to the
now I
bottom
want
of
to
this.
know. He had his own sitcom, Kenan, from 2021 to 2022. I'm pretty sure. I guess he's still an active cast member. I guess he just did that while doing SNL. Okay, that's probably why I thought he was. Wait. Yeah, I guess he never left. Okay, my bad.
I never left.
Yeah, he's been on it since 2003, making him the longest running cast member on SNL ever.
Damn.
That's pretty impressive. That's 20 years now. Is that like, it's almost half the show's run.
I don't know at that point.
They're like 50 seasons, 40. I think this is saying 49. This will be the 49th season. So that's pretty impressive. Love that guy though. He's great on SNL. Honestly, don't want him to leave.
Well, doesn't sound like you have anything to worry about there.
Yeah. How's your guys' week been? This is gonna be a chill episode. I'm tired, and it's a bit of sizzle. So like I'm not in any hurry to get anywhere, you know.
A little loose.
Yeah, a little looser.
A little
Why
goosey?
not? Why not? It's been a while. I was
You're
waiting for
You
Tyler.
were waiting.
I was waiting for Tyler.
Would you want me to loose? We're loose.
No. I said it's been a while.
Oh,
It's
been a while.
Thank you. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like Pavlovian programmed to have that be the response whenever I say that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. What are what are you guys Pavlovian dogged programmed to do? Do you have any?
I mean, it's been a while. It's a close one.
It is a good one,
so,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else where I'm like, I expect this when I do this or when this happens.
Mine is like something that I just do. It's not like part of like it's been a while. It's kind of like pop culture-y, but like you're just you're catered to, or you're pre-programmed to do
I was
that.
gonna say yours is I'm gonna throw up. You
That is
said
one
that
of
all.
them. My other one is anytime someone's like, I'm trying to think of like what they would say to me to provoke it. But they would say like, that's cute. And I'd be like, you're cute. Or like something
I've heard
of
you
that
do that.
nature.
Yeah. You do that a lot, yeah.
The other one is you sent me one today, which was the clip from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So Donatello, where you're going, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that the one that you put in the back row chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm trying to think if I have any good ones. I don't know. I always can't think of my, like, I obviously in the moment I'll always think about.
I have one.
Yeah.
I had one I picked up from a buddy of mine, for Drew, who used to say "good shit, Maroki" all the time, which was a misquote from a line from Superbad, where he's making the tiramisu with Maroki. Yeah, and he says something along the lines. He's like, "Oh, that's good shit, Maroki," and it like had like a different cadence or something like that. But he would just use it all the time and just kind of like as a conversation piece or something, as like good shit, Maroki, way to go. Like,
Yeah.
beat me in that round of Super Smash Bros. Or whatever.
It's good. Anytime someone brings up like a dad or something like that, Step Brothers, I'm just like, I'm not calling him dad.
I'm not calling him dad.
I think a lot of mine nowadays come from I think you should leave, because my brother and his friends just do nothing but quote that show. So the whole I didn't do fucking shit, that one. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. What did they do to us? That one. Now I'm thinking about that all the time. Yeah, there's a lot of good quotes.
My favorite is still the Darmine Doggy Door. And
Yeah.
that thing lives with us here on Earth. It's a favorite. Well, to a certain generation of people, this movie is that just quotable thing that they will always take pulls from as well.
I feel like
too.
there were definitely, as I was watching, I was like, okay, that's what that's from.
Yeah.
There were a couple of those for sure. Or at least ones that like sounded vaguely familiar to me as well.
That's like Your Opinion Man is a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
And as well as This Aggression Will Not Stand, man.
Both good ones.
You don't fuck with the Jesus.
I think it's so. I mean, we're not in the main review, but
We are not.
I think it's funny, and maybe we'll talk about this again more. But
Why are you like whispering?
I don't know. Like I said, it's
You
a
got-
chill episode.
you got really close to my
I'm
mic.
leaned back. I'm relaxed. The Jesus character, like they never end up actually bullying him.
Nope.
So it's just he's just there in the movie just to instigate things and to be a funny character.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more later. But maybe
Pull the
is that spoilers?
Till it goes click.
When did this movie come out? 98.
90, yeah. 98.
Are we in the review? I don't.
I think it's time we start.
Okay, why not? We can do more, loose banter, casual banter after the review. But it feels like we're already there. Nathaniel, if the listener here is new, or maybe they've just forgotten, can you give them a rundown of how the review segment works here?
What up, folks? If you're new, or maybe perhaps you've just forgotten, maybe you're just coming back after a long time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
on the dusty trail.
Is that your Sam Elliott?
A little bit. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
It's
work
very
on
hard.
one. Yeah.
It's very, very hard.
It's very, he's so deep.
He is.
And he's got like I don't know the proper like voice term to it, but there's a timbre to his voice.
Right.
Like,
yeah. It trails off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. I know exactly what
And
you're
he's like, it's always
I think it's just timber.
yeah, it always sounds like he's, speaking into a big cone or something, or like a big jar.
Yeah.
It echoes.
He
resonates.
Right. It's got some weight to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sticks with you.
Anyways, if you're new, maybe you're just forgotten. The way a review segment works here on Back Row Banter is it is split into two sections. There's the non-spoiler section, and then there's the spoiler section. It's pretty self-explanatory. In the non-spoiler section, we'll go over the movie itself, who wrote it, who directed it, who's in it, what's on the IMDb page, all that good stuff. We'll go aground on the shore of knowledge about the movie The Big Lebowski, and decide if we would recommend it. There is no nuance on the internet. We are just a trio tonight, but maybe at some point we'll get Blanks.
Yep.
Blank Space Blake. That's my new name for him this week.
I can't handle any more Taylor Swift. All right, I'm tired of it.
Too late. That's him this week. Add it to if you just want to cut that into when you introduce everyone else earlier, I'd really appreciate that.
Sure.
We'll see where we rank it on the entropy list. After we go into spoiler section. Man, I'm way off now.
It's all right.
I'm really thrown off.
It's okay. Who cares?
Yeah, it's Bit of Sizzle.
This isn't even a real episode. I don't know. Maybe I might not even put it out. Who knows?
Who knows? All right, so there's the non-spoiler section. We'll go around. We'll see who recommends it. Gosh, yes or no. There is no nuance on the internet. Then we'll go into the spoiler section. Then we'll rank it on the entropy list. Except we won't rank it because Blake's not here. So
we'll give you our hypothetical rank.
We'll put a pin in it.
Yeah. You'll know where it would have gone for us.
Man.
Are we good? You good?
I feel like I just got punched in the face and now I'm floating above a city while a 60s radio song plays in the background.
One could say that happens often. I don't. Yeah. Do you often feel this way?
I don't know. I just need a couple more White Russians. I think.
Okay. All right. Really heavy on the quotes and the references this week, I guess. But yeah, this is the Big Lebowski, released in the year 1998, with a runtime of 1 hour and 57 minutes, rated R, and an IMDb rating of 8.1 out of 10.
Yeah,
that's pretty high.
Told you, man.
That's pretty high.
This movie, for I think a lot of people in mine and Tyler's generation, really kind of made this their personality for a while.
Yeah,
and,
sure did.
Was this a Big Brother movie?
Kinda, yeah.
Almost kind of more of like an older cousin movie.
That's
for me.
what I would say as well too, in a weird way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's definitely like a few dudes I knew in high school that like watched The Big Lebowski and then they were like, "Oh, I am the dude, man!" Like, and then you lose 4 or 5 of them. Like, kind of like I feel like it's how people used to feel about people that ended up being hippies,
Right?
or something like that. You're like,
Sure.
oh well, they started listening to that funky music and smoking the wacky tobacco, and they're kind of gone now.
Gotcha.
The Lebowski's got them. But yeah, I'm interested to hear your opinion as someone who comes out of a generation that I feel like doesn't quite have that aura about it in the same way.
Definitely.
Yeah, no chill.
Definitely, this is my first watch, and I'll give you my thoughts on that, and maybe I can speak for an entire generation. First, though, of course, let's finish out the summary here. Directed by the Coen brothers, Joel and Ethan. Joel?
It's Joel.
Joel.
Yeah.
No, I know it's Joel. I was just, playing it up. And written by them as well. The cast includes Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julian Moore, Steve Buscemi, David Huddleston, Philip Seymour Hoffman, the man, and Tara Reid. I will give special shout outs to John Turturro. Am I saying that right? Turturro. Man, that one I didn't know how to pronounce, and I just went with it.
Fair enough.
And of course, Sam Elliott.
I would add Peter Stormare. as well too.
You can do that.
But other than
Who
that,
did he play?
Carl Hungus.
Okay. Well, then there's him too. The IMDb summary here reads as follows. Jeff, the dude, Lebowski, mistaken for a millionaire of the same name, seeks restitution for his ruined rug and enlists his bowling buddies to help get it.
Thoughts on the summer?
That's a pretty good summary.
It's pretty good.
That's a pretty good summary.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's a good summary. I mean, that's all you need to know. If it sounds like a silly plot, it's because it is. It's kind of silly.
Oh, is it silly?
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a little silly.
Surreal.
Now, of course, this is my first watch. Know for a fact it's not yours or Tyler's. So I'll kick it off. I was both pleased and underwhelmed at the same time. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
For me as a whole, first half of the movie I absolutely loved. It was like, oh, I'm way on board with this. This is really fun, kind of wacky. Like, love these characters. You know, this world they got going on is kind of fun. And then it kind of goes like way off the rails, like way more than I ever expected it to in the second half. And I don't know if I was fully on board for it. I would have liked it if it stayed a little more grounded than it ended up going. It's still fun. I think still overall I enjoyed it and had a good time. But I was definitely lost some enthusiasm as the movie went on. But definitely liked it. Is this going to inspire me to quit my job, find a cheap house to live in, and bowl out the rest of my days? No, it is not.
That's okay. He doesn't have to, man. That's why the dude is out there.
Right, the dude's doing it for me. You know, yeah,
taking her easy for the rest of us.
Yeah, of course. But I love, I will say this might be one of my favorite Jeff Bridges performances.
Oh yeah,
because it's just not even anything like I've ever seen him do. It's just like, I don't know, he's never really this guy in anything else.
It's easily my favorite John Goodman performance.
It probably is up there for me. I mean, he's very good in 10 Cloverfield Lane. That's up there for me. But yes, this is one where like I've heard everyone talk about him in this movie, and I understand why. He's so good. I love how Steve Buscemi's used. He's always just right there, but he's never really involved too much.
Yep. Shut up, Donnie.
Yeah, just shut up, Don. And it's just that's such a good bit throughout the whole movie, where it's just like he's doing nothing wrong other than asking like what he missed in the conversation, and he's like, "You just shut up.
You're out of your depth, Donnie."
Yeah, feels so bad for Donnie.
I didn't like seeing Donnie go.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to that in spoilers too. But yeah, overall, good time. Probably, yeah, I'm a recommend. I wouldn't say this is my favorite Coen brothers. I don't know where. I haven't seen like a ton of them. They got a lot at this point, so I haven't seen. I can't say I've seen like all of the Coen brothers, and I can rank this above them. But I've really liked the ones that I've seen, and I would say like Inside Llewyn Davis is one that comes to mind as one. I'm like, oh, I really like that one. And then this might be above No Country for Old Men for me.
Oh wow!
As you will remember, I was never like all that head over heels for that movie.
Yeah, I remember.
So I liked it, but I don't know. This is kind of on par with it, where I'm like, oh, everyone talked about this movie, and it's ended up not quite being what I expected. I don't know.
That's the Coen brothers, though.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
And those two specifically, that's kind of how I felt. I want to go and what would you say is when I should go watch to be like, oh, this is the Coen brothers? Would you say it's one of these two, No Country for Old Men or Big Lebowski?
Yeah, I think.
Where's Fargo land for you on that?
Fargo's pretty up there as well too. I would say, yeah, that's maybe the quintessential one.
Yeah, that's what I kind of hear.
Those are for sure like top three.
Yeah, I mean, like the newer, sexier picks are always Inside Llewyn Davis, and then like I think A Serious Man as well too. But I've never seen A Serious Man.
When did that come out?
Mid-thousands.
09.
09 maybe, yeah.
The Tragedy of Macbeth. Did anyone watch that one?
I did. Yeah, it was great.
It was good. That's their most recent one. They don't have an upcoming. At least I don't see one on
I'll
here.
pop up at some
Oh wait,
point.
here it is. Producer. Oh, the Fargo TV series. Okay, never mind then. Okay, I want to get to more of their stuff because I feel like I like.
They're the yeah. I mean,
I like. I don't think I've found one that's truly Inside Llewyn Davis was great, but besides that one, I don't know if I found because this one and No Country for Old Men I think are really the only two other ones I've seen. Have I seen True Grit? I feel like maybe, but I don't know.
even then, I wouldn't call like True Grit. That doesn't. It's not
Right.
particularly Cohen.
Sure, I've just yet to find one where I'm like, oh, this is it.
Your
for me.
Coen brothers
right?
one?
So maybe I'll have to keep going and find one.
Yeah, but I don't know if like that's kind of their thing. Like again, like I'm not sure that like they're so tapped into like a certain like weird Americana thing that they do so well, but it's always like very much zigzagging but rings true as well too, if that makes sense.
Right.
That sounds like a bunch of just bullshit, but like they are very tapped into the people that their characters are and are very evocative with their characters, but then their sense of storytelling is always kind of like this very surreal or kind of like almost anti-plot in some ways.
Right.
And it's never a cathartic experience the way a natural rise and fall of a story is with them. It's always just these like other bits that you don't expect.
Okay.
But what I will say is that what I find with their stuff, maybe more than a lot of other directors, is you start to like it the more you watch it.
Okay.
And like if you see it again, you will just pick up different stuff, or something else will hit and you will like it even more. And then like it eventually it will just kind of keep going.
Okay. Noted. Overall, I'm gonna recommend. This was fun. And yeah, it's a good movie overall. I would say didn't blow me away. Probably maybe too high expectations, but still pretty good. Where do you guys land?
Tyler, go ahead. I've already talked a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. You do talk a lot. No,
I know, right?
Yeah, man, this movie's fun. This is kind of like the quintessential, like we said. You can definitely put it under the category as older brother movie, but yeah, for some odd reason, it's just like it's a weird category. It's like older cousin, and I don't know why. It's just like, yeah.
No, I you say that, and I totally understand what you mean.
Yeah, and I think most people that understand this movie and have seen it will also agree. But it's fun and killer story. It was very kind of out of the box thinking for that time period. Kind of a fun way to twist kind of like a mystery, kind of chaotic kidnapping-esque movie like on its head and just spinning it around in a million different directions.
Yeah.
Like when
yeah, characters are fucking awesome. Everybody just plays their part perfectly. But yeah, it's a feel good movie. I have a cousin actually. He's not older than me, but maybe this is why I feel this way. But about like the older cousin thing. But he's like obsessed with it. This is like, this is probably his favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
And he is a bowler.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you have it. That's why. Yeah, if you're into bowling, I'm sure this is a great movie. I guess. I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say
it's about bowling, but like they love bowling, but like there's not a whole lot of actual bowling that goes on, which is hilarious to me as well.
Fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling.
That was a good one. Line. Your reference was subpar.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is I'm positive on this movie for sure. I will say kind of like what you were wrapping up with, Adam, that maybe it was overhyped. This is one of those movies that could easily get overhyped and kind of over exaggerated and put you in a much different mind space.
Yeah.
Headspace, I guess, mind space, fucking idiot. Than what you were probably gearing up for.
Right.
It's not whiz bang action thriller ending.
No, not at all.
You know, it's
Well,
in some ways,
kind of. There is
Yeah.
some of it, but
it's intriguing in just that you want to know what happens next. And I mean, at the same time, the narrator, I think in his first monologue is like, this is the most stupefying tale that I've come across. And it is stupefying.
Yeah.
What the hell is happening? And I think that's kind of the point, you know?
Right.
It's just, it's a weird thing, a weird story that happened in this guy's life. And that's what we all are dealing with. And this is the rest of it.
yeah. We get ahead into spoilers. I don't know. I feel like we should have just done like no non-spoilers for this one, but too late now. Let's just head into spoilers. We all recommend all around?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a recommend.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, then if you've not seen Big Lebowski, check the episode description. You can find the timestamp where you'll jump over spoilers. Spoiler time. Dude, man.
There we go. Applause for the
Dude,
dude.
man. Come on, man. Dude.
Call me the dude or
Call
El
me the
Duderino if you're
dude.
not into the whole brevity thing.
Oh,
Duder.
his dudeness. Yeah. Not what I was expecting.
No, it's
Just-
definitely not for most people, I think.
Yeah, it
too.
just you hear Big Lebowski, Big Lebowski, Big Lebowski. I did not expect this like degenerate film almost, or like reject film of like almost like a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure kind of quest to just get his rug back. Like
Well, the rug really tied the room together,
it
man.
really tied, which is a great motivation. Is that the rug really tied the room together? A great motivating factor. I love how he's just the events of the film just happen because he's just the same name as someone else. Like it's not even he did
Yes.
anything other than want a rug. So it is funny that he gets tied up into all this just to no fault of his own. And then all the trouble that happens is all of Walter's fault.
Yeah.
Because the dude isn't really doing much bad.
Nope.
You know, he's trying to play by the book for the most part. It's just Walter who's inserting himself with his PTSD and just escalating things all over the place. Him beating the crap out of the car, I was like, he stepped out of the car and he swung at the windshield. I was like, oh, that's not that kid's car, is it? And then, sure enough,
This
the
is what
neighbor comes
happens
up.
when you fucking
Stranger
stranger.
in the ass. And he kept saying it over and over again. That and like, is this your homework? Is this your homework? I forgot the character's name.
Larry?
Larry. Yeah, is this your homework, Larry? Larry, is this your homework? He's like, of course it's his homework. Shut up. Stop asking. Yeah, it is really well written. As like underwhelming as like kind of like the expectation, all that whatever, is very well written.
Yeah, the dialogue's
the
incredible.
dialogue's incredible. The characters are incredible. So many quotable lines, and just so many like funny situations that you would like that you just write this character into. The whole mod character that Nathaniel and I have on screen here. The mod character I think is hilarious. Just like some rogue artist who, like, since her dad's rich, she can do whatever she wants, and she's also got some like art foundation kind of thing, and then she's just very like proper and anal, but also like kind of crazy. I don't know. And the whole contraception thing was so funny to me because that scene happened, and she like lifts her legs up, and I was like, oh, I know what that is because I've seen Midsommar.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, oh, that's gonna be what is she doing there? And then sure enough, she's like, oh yeah, it helps contraception. And I was like, yep, that's funny. Interesting plot point there for sure.
Contraception.
What'd I say?
Contraception.
What'd I say? Contraception?
Contraception.
What did I say?
You said contraception.
Okay.
Conception.
Conception is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Contraception is the thing that prevents conception.
Correct.
Why did they make them so close together? Okay, glad we're on the same page. But yeah, interesting character for sure. Like I said, Steve Buscemi's just hilariously just kind of there, and I wish they gave him more. But at the same time, it's hilarious that he's kind of just
The way he's used.
yeah, he's kind of just that third-wheeled friend where like you can't have a friend group with just two people. And so he's kind of just the person they invite along to go bowling with and is good at bowling. And like
something I noticed on this watch is that every time you see Donnie bowling, he is bowling a strike.
Yeah.
Except for the time that he bowls like he misses one pin.
He does, yeah.
And then he goes, and then he dies.
And then yeah.
Yep.
Because he looks at it and he's like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, I've never, yeah. So, yeah. No, you're right. That was a good touch to it, too. And just the fact that he dies, and the way he dies, too, is after all that fighting, he just dies of a heart attack.
Yep.
You're just like, okay, well, what's going on here? It's just a very bizarre and funny ending to a bizarre and funny movie, but it feels appropriate, but also like, poor Donnie.
I didn't like seeing Donnie go.
I genuinely thought like they were gonna play a trick on us with when they showed up at the mortuary, or what is that called? Mortuary? Morgue? Morgue?
No, mortuary I think makes sense.
I forgot.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, either one. When they show up to get his ashes,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be a prank. Like it's not actually Donnie's ashes. No, they just killed him. They just killed Donnie, and then he blows it into the wind and it blows back on the dude. Is so funny, and he's kind of just standing there.
What the fuck, Walter? What does that have to do with Vietnam?
Just all over him.
Yeah, Walter bringing up Vietnam in every single scene almost is also very funny.
Yeah, but he is like, I mean, nowadays they're not Vietnam guys, but we all have encountered that person, whether at work or just in the public, who like has a wound. And no matter what, no matter
100%.
what, in some way, everything always
You can always
ties
tie it back to
that
thing,
wound. Yeah.
It is sad in some ways because you could just relate that to like I'm sure there are people that just have PTSD and can't get over that thing.
Yeah,
and that's kind of how that
Absolutely.
character is written. Is that it's just like he can't deal with it any other way. So there is some I don't know there's sadness, but what is the word? It's a little bit morbid. I don't know.
Schadenfreude.
Bless you. I don't.
That's like laughing at someone else's pain.
A little bit, sure. Yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah, it's just a little sad behind the comedy.
It gives you empathy to it.
Oh, of course.
You're
yeah.
sympathetic for Walter in some ways too. It makes him a three-dimensional, well-rounded character.
Right.
So, like he is a lunatic, but you understand why. He is.
Right. He went through Nam. He saw his friends face down in the muck.
He saw his buddies face down in the muck.
Yeah.
That's right. Case on.
Yeah.
Light on.
Yeah, I don't know. What are some other good things we're liking here?
It's a movie that I think people feel tricked by because it's a movie that's kind of infinitely watchable, where like it just does keep you guessing on, okay, well, what the hell's going to happen in the next scene here? Why did it do that? And then all of a sudden the kind of thing is, well, there is no climactic ending. It's just,
there's no rhyme or reason to any of this.
the Big Lebowski is an asshole and stole $1 million.
Yeah.
And Donnie died. And you just kind of gotta, sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you.
And then you just say fuck it and go bowling.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It is nice to just watch a movie that just, isn't taking itself serious in any way, shape, or form. And you can just kind of laugh at. I feel like we don't get a lot of these today. I don't feel like a movie like this could necessarily be made today. I mean, am I wrong?
I think the Coen brothers could, right? Like they're like they've got enough juice that they can do whatever the fuck they want. But there's not a lot of people out there willing to invest this amount of money and get these big of stars in a movie that's just interested in telling a story for the sake of telling a story and not trying to sell you something in addition to that thing, right?
Yeah.
Or it would be very hard to make, or like you would have a tough time finding it, or it wouldn't be the breakout hit, or it would be the one that immediately became a breakout hit that it became so acclaimed that all of a sudden there was backlash to it and backlash to the backlash, and it never actually got to live its life as a movie. It became a talking point.
This is would only be made as like a straight to streaming kind of thing. I feel like, of course, unless it was made by Coen Brothers.
Yeah, I could see it in that way. You know, I think in recent years there's been other people that have done stuff like that. Like I could see Edgar Wright making a movie such as this at this point, or something like that, or maybe I think of the movie The Nice Guys a couple years ago with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. That has a kind of Big Lebowski vibe to it in some points as well too.
Yeah, Nice Guys. A little bit of that. I did watch that somewhat recently. Definitely a little bit of that where it's kind of like, oh, things just kind of escalate. What's going on here? And
I don't think it's any fault of the movie though. I think it's just what kind of the audience has
100%
been kind of groomed for.
Agreed.
I don't think like Adam's generation or even like people that are like slightly younger than us.
the Zillennials. I gotta talk to you guys about that term. I heard too.
I feel like that's almost you, isn't it?
It is me. No, it's from like 96, 97 to like 03, 04.
Just enough to see
just
01.
Enough, well, just not the like.
Or you needed to be a toddler and younger for 01 kind of thing.
Well, like I didn't grow up with an iPhone in my hand. I didn't get it till high school, so it's like I still have a tad bit of millennial in me.
That's how granular we're getting nowadays.
Right. Well,
if you didn't have a iPhone in high school,
yeah, like I'm not an iPad kid.
Your brain chemistry has been saved for 3 years.
Yeah. My attention span is like a second longer.
Man, I got bad news for you. Come 30. It's shot.
But I now identify as a zillennial.
Yeah.
So.
Well, see, that's the thing too, because you're sucked into the TikToks.
Right.
And
that's a very millennial thing.
Us millennials, we can kind of escape that and something.
No, you guys are locked in.
Well,
you guys are on Instagram Reels. Like that's so much better.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, you guys are just like 3 weeks behind us millennials here.
Yeah, I don't even really like scroll too much anymore.
You send in a Instagram Reel to our Back Row Banter Instagram DM chat probably once every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Care to comment?
But that's still not that bad.
That's not that bad. No, you're right.
No. The crazy thing that you guys do is you use TikTok as a search engine. We've talked about this.
Yes, we have talked about this
in prior episodes and shit like that.
Yeah, and honestly, hey man, I
get it if it works.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
If it works.
I have only done that a couple times, but like my girlfriend was just like, "Why don't you just search this thing on?" I forgot what it was that we were looking for. She's like, "Why don't you just search on TikTok?" It was like,
it's always how to
clothing,
something.
it was like clothing,
how to tie a tie.
You know, well, you just search it on TikTok and you'd find, and it's all 60 seconds too. So it's like, or at least most of them are pretty short. So yeah, no, they're definitely like, and honestly, it's a good resource in terms of that kind of stuff, because you don't have to kind of search around for a tutorial and read it step by step. It is just a video. You got everything showed to you right there. Man, maybe I am Gen Z. I don't know.
It's so funny. No, it is just the like, again, I don't think it's a like. It's simultaneously the attention span argument and then also like just getting information as efficiently as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And like, say what you will about TikTok, like the 60-second thing, like it does make you have to be very efficient and pleasing, and like the algorithm.
Well, now you can upload up to like 5-10 minutes.
Whatever,
almost.
but like the algorithm prioritizes people that are good at the program or at the platform as well too. So like you are naturally getting the best versions of things as well too, or at least the most engaging versions of things. And like it is just so funny that like, sure, there is an argument for the fact that it is very efficient at doing what it does, but also like the other side of it is just rotting people's minds.
Oh, 100%. I want to delete it so bad.
Like, I don't know, it's just this ultimate, it's like a useful fentanyl.
Yeah. No, it's it's dangerous. I don't think it's I don't think it's, something people are really taking into full consideration here. I think I'm lucky. I'm just glad I didn't grow up on it, and I can recognize the damage it can do to me. Because I think if I had this, if I was 6, 7, 8, or as I was growing up, whatever it is, like, dude, I don't know where my attention span would be at. I think it'd be a lot worse, and I think that's what we're seeing in some of these like middle school aged kids. I don't know. They seem a little off, these iPad kids, man.
The youths.
But maybe I'm just old.
Could be.
Youths.
Yeah.
Could be. Anyways, back to the movie.
That was all very relevant to the movie.
I think so.
I agree.
Well, they're all bums and deadbeats, so
Yeah,
you know.
they would love TikTok. This movie does make me want to go bowling. It makes me miss the bowling alley. You guys like bowling?
I don't mind bowling.
I think it's a good.
We should go bowling.
It's a fun hobby.
Let's go. Yeah, let's join a bowling league, guys.
I mean, we are right next to the bowling alley.
There's one nearby?
There's literally one like
Poplar Creek, right behind.
Oh, is it's still
it's
operates?
by the Bona and the McDonald's.
There's a Bona Beef right here.
Yeah, right next to the McDonald's and the bowling
Yeah,
alley.
it's like right behind.
How do I get
right
there?
behind the apartment complex.
Because I come off the
You
highway.
don't even have to. You don't have to go on a main road.
Right.
I come off the highway by the Red Roof Inn.
If you
whatever.
wanted to go from there, you'd make a right by like the like. This is not on pod conversation.
It feels relevant to me. All right, fine. Listeners, meet us for our bowling meet and greet.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to edit part of this.
I remember one of the first times we did like a store outing. Todd was still
the
general manager.
I was there for that.
Yeah, and we did like a Christmas party
Bowling
at a bowling alley.
Yeah.
And Todd like stood up, did his manager thing, said thanks for coming, thanks for Black Friday and everything like that. And then he was like, we're gonna play whoever gets the highest score gets $100. And I won. And I hadn't been bowling in like 5 years, and I was like, dope.
There you go.
I'm not like bad at bowling. I'm like I need to some warm ups, but you know
you're white.
Well, there's that too. There is that too.
I feel like that is just like it's like when God's giving is making the like creator page for white people like that.
Right.
It's just like in the skill meter, it's just like a given. As starting as a white person, you get to be the fact that you are mediocre at bowling. That is one of the talents we're all given.
Okay.
Yeah, you can walk on and be relatively okay.
Got it.
It's just and it's like specifically. I'll cater this a little bit more. It's specifically if you're in the Midwest and you're white. You are.
Yeah, it is. It does
You're
feel like a
just-
Midwest thing.
you're
for
just-
sure.
Same thing as like bags or
Yep.
cornhole,
Yep.
as some might say.
Yeah. Growing up, my family would rent some lanes at the bowling alley on
It's because
New
it's-
Year's Eve.
I'll be honest. It's because you guys are cold as fuck half the year. Like
Right.
you got to figure other things to do for the inside. So I
we
get
go
it.
bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the hot times are outside. We're like, we can't move around too much. Let's just throw bags back and forth.
Right.
You know?
The Midwest always needs to be able to play their hobby games with a beer in hand, and I understand it.
Yeah.
Like that's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sometimes forget, Nathaniel, that you weren't from here. You know, you grew up with different customs way out west.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's just like having a built-in
Scorpions
like
and-
dude factor.
A little bit, man.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
have you built in ope to your lexicon yet?
Oh yeah.
Are you an ope guy now?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Good.
I'm definitely an ope or
Yeah.
excuse me.
Excuse me.
Definitely excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon me is definitely a big one that I've picked up as well too.
More
I bet I fucking-
Midwest is more excuse me than pardon me. I think pardon me to me is more southern.
Yeah?
Yeah. For personally.
Maybe.
But maybe. I mean, I'm sure if someone said pardon me at, walking down the street or at the store, I wouldn't be like, what did you just say to me? But
I
feel
won't
like
call it pop. I won't do it. I won't do that though. I'll always
Pop.
call it soda. Yeah, it's not pop. It's soda.
that's fine. I've never really had a dog in that fight
Okay.
because I don't drink pop/soda, so I just don't care anymore.
Fair.
Yeah.
I don't really drink it either, but I can use one or the other.
Yeah. I also do
It
sometimes
doesn't really matter to me.
sometimes it's interchangeable for me. Yeah.
Know your audience, folks.
Yeah.
That's also
it.
true.
Yeah. Speaking of knowing your audience, let's get this. Do we want to talk more about the?
I'd love to talk more about the Big
All right,
Lebowski.
all
Yeah,
right.
it's always fun for me. I mean, this is one. Again, I think I saw it first time in high school, probably, and it genuinely is one that I enjoy each time I watch it. More, I enjoy it more each time I watch it. Just compelling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like it is just, and then it's full of incredibly funny characters to me, as well as, well-crafted lines and pretty interesting scenes from everyone. I love the nihilists. They crack me up as well too.
Everyone's a nihilist.
Yeah. That sounds exhausting. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're great. I love that Flea is randomly in it as one of the nihilists.
I didn't even notice that part.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, Flea is one of them.
Yeah, I knew I recognized him, and I thought it was someone else, and I was like, oh wait, that's not him. But it did register like I know that guy from somewhere, and I was like, who is that? That is funny. That just did not register to me.
And then if you watch the Coen Brothers movies, obviously they have kind of their rotating cast of actors that they use throughout as well too. Philip Seymour Hoffman, we haven't even talked about him.
I was just about to
awesome
mention him, like
in this.
him coming out of nowhere for this one.
He's so funny as well too.
Just not a role you would ever picture him doing when you see where he goes.
That was kind of his thing in the 90s, which maybe you haven't really explored as much.
I definitely haven't. But just knowing where he ends up in his career, it's funny to watch him do this kind of role.
He was definitely more of a character actor and that kind of thing, and like doing just kind of anything with people that he liked. And obviously, if the Coen brothers are saying
like a Jesse Plemons.
Sure, yeah.
Dude, one of my favorite characters that he does is Dusty from Twister.
I was just gonna say Twister as well. Yeah,
so good.
But yeah, I think it's just as the stranger Sam Elliott says, it is a stupefying tale of interesting characters, and I'm always happy to be back.
Sam Elliott, what a sweetheart. Love that man.
Yeah, he's got some of the great ones. Speaking of line that sticks in my head, sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you.
Yeah,
is always just rolling around up there every now and then.
Yeah, that one's a good one. This is one of our more quotable movies for sure, I feel like.
Yeah, it's up there.
I love it.
Photographed by the great Roger Deakins, which
is this Roger Deakins?
It is.
Oh my word!
Yeah, which I think is probably most apparent in the gutter balls sequence.
Yes, I noticed that. Yeah. Well, he also has a shot. He puts the camera in the bowling ball.
Yes,
and it rolls it down the lane. And I recognize that shot because I learned about it in some film class.
Sure.
And they talk about Roger Deakins doing that and how he pulled it off and whatever. And I was like, oh, I recognize that shot. But yeah, I didn't know this was Deakins. This is an interesting piece of information to understand now. I don't know. It's not like I was like, I don't know. In this kind of movie where the writing and the characters and everything are so heavy, I wasn't paying attention to more cinematography stuff. But now that you mention it, the movie did look kind of good.
Now that you mention it, this was a
masterpiece
movie.
Yeah.
I think music supervised by the great T-Bone Burnett as well too, who, if you pay attention, is often used in like movies that use diegetic music or music as a great deal involved in the film storytelling.
Sure.
He's listed, I think, in this one as the music supervisor, but he's really awesome as well too. And then I think he has a partner on there. Carter Burwell, I think maybe is on there. But pretty great as well too. Anytime you get the Coens together, they're gonna bring people on their A game. I think Jeff Bridges has gone out on record and said like the dude is the character that he most enjoyed playing, and like is just kind of maybe most similar to his personality in a lot of ways too. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
it's just such a different character than I've ever seen him do
it's
before.
so funny for me to hear because like the dude is so iconic to me, like,
and I just never even understood,
had a frame of reference.
I had no
for it.
right. Everyone talks about Jeff Bridges and this and that, and I just never had that kind of like click for me in this, and like for him with this. So like and I'm so happy I have this now, so I have greater context for Jeff Bridges, because he's always been so many other things, mainly the dude from Tron.
Tron. The grid.
In one
you
day,
can
I got in.
You can hear his iconic in this too.
Yeah. Biodigital jazz, man. I love. Speaking of which, we still have it playing in the background as always. I love this too bit that just random, like the dude if he says he's gonna be there, he'll show up, man. Like,
Yeah.
he's gonna. If he makes his appointments, he goes to his landlord's weird dance recital. Like, doesn't have anything else to do. Why not show up for that? Like,
Right.
say what you will about the dude. He's a man of his word.
He's a good friend, you know.
Yeah.
That's one thing. You know, he might not have a lot of contributions to society, but who needs to when you've got the dude?
I think at one point I was reading the IMDb trivia and it said that like one plot point was going to be that the dude was like the heir or like the creator of the Rubik's Cube, and that's like how he got how he was able to just like live on his own. Like, it wasn't enough to like make him super rich, but like it was just enough that he could just kind of never do anything else. Yeah,
that's funny. He's got to have. I needed to know the backstory because he's got to have something, right?
Well, I think it was like tied into the fact that you see him write a check for the milk at the start of the movie.
Yeah, for I think just 69 cents.
Yeah.
Crazy that milk cost that much only 25 years ago.
Yeah, early 90s. And I think too, another kind of detail I love is that if you pay attention, you realize that the dude never. Or a lot of the times he's never really like saying any of his original thoughts. He's just parroting lines that someone else has said to him throughout the movie as well too.
Right. Man, what a good movie. It was fun. It was fun. Goes off the rails, but in a good way.
And like, yeah.
Dude. And also just having a character, we can leave this here. I don't know how much more we have, but having a character named the Dude is the greatest thing ever. Yeah. And whichever Coen brother thought of that,
I think he's based off a real person.
I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of people
or had some inspiration
that go by the Dude. I might start going by the Dude.
Oh, see, this is how it starts, and then you become one of the annoying people.
Right. Have I ever told you about Nam? These Gen Alpha kids don't know what we went through.
Gen Alpha, is that the next one?
Oh, you didn't know that was the next one?
No.
Those are the iPad kids. Gen Alpha.
Right.
Because Z, and then they reset to A. So I don't know how it worked, but yeah. I don't know how we got...
Because we went from baby boomers to Gen X, right?
Yeah. And so I don't, and then from,
and then I think
and
there
then
was
millennials, I guess, because it was turn of the century, 2000s, that was like a big thing of their lifetime.
Yeah.
And then Gen Z, because I guess you continue on with X, but you kind of skipped,
You skipped Y.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
They might be a weird in-betweener, because I think X is technically the early 80s.
I don't know. That sounds maybe right. 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, I think Gen Y.
When
might
does
be in
boomers end? Probably like mid 70s.
Well, that's the thing, is that like there isn't ever been like anything that's actually divided them up.
Right.
There is no one.
There's no line to draw.
Yeah, coinciding theory, and then like
Cohen.
And even like if you think of, I was reading about this at one point too, but if you think about like the 60s as like. You think of the 60s, you think of the hippies, you think of the free love generation.
And all of that different crazy hairstyles and clothing that they had.
Exactly. But really, when we say that, we're referring to like 1966.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about the early bits of the 60s, which was really just.
Well, there's always that bleed over in between decades. Right. And so when you talk about the 60s, you're really talking about the heart of it before they start transitioning into the 70s.
Right.
Yeah.
And when people talk about the 80s, they really mean like
85,
to 88 or something.
Right. Yeah. The core 80s, but then there's always those bleed over years.
Yeah, the reality is there are no real generations. There's just very minor kind of like things that you can group people into, but even then it's not very helpful.
Right.
Because really at the end of the day, it's also the time of the culture in America, like that you're trying to refer to. And like maybe now you could argue that it's more global, but the reality is that like you can't make a generalized statement about a dude living in Kansas and make the same statement about someone in
Kenya,
sure, in 2023 or Pakistan or Berlin or anything like that. You know, it's just different wherever you are.
where you can draw a line in the sand is that the year 2000, all people born there. There's millennials. That's locked in.
There you go. You heard it here first.
You heard it
folks.
here first, folks.
And if you fuck a stranger in the ass,
Jesus.
you know what happens.
What happens?
John Goodman comes and smashes your Corvette.
Oh, that is a good point. I mean, I don't know. That might be a good thing, though, because I get to meet John Goodman, and it also means I have a Corvette.
I remember at one point I was listening to Joe Rogan.
Oh, boy.
And he talked about the fact that John Goodman has a darkness in him.
Okay.
That
sounds like a very Joe Rogan thing to say.
He goes on to draw on for the crazy characters. And I don't think Joe Rogan's wrong about that.
I don't think so either.
I think John Goodman can walk the line right to like if John
he can
Goodman
tap into something.
Yeah, if John Goodman wasn't an actor and you saw him going into his crazy mode, like that's a dangerous man.
I wouldn't want to see him in Vietnam. You know, if he was on the other side of those lines right there, it's a scary man to come at you. But no, I don't think he's wrong either. He's tapping into something. You don't get this, and you don't get Cloverfield Lane without some kind of.
Yeah, I don't think you get Cloverfield Lane without Walter first, though. I think he had to do a stopgap at Walter before he went on.
He did. Walter walked so whatever his character's name is,
Mr. Cloverfield.
Mr. Cloverfield could fly. Definitely not his name. That's a good movie we should get up on the entry list at some point. That's a very good movie. Often forgot about. I think that one had a lot of hype when it came out, but it's.
Did it?
I think so. Yeah, I remember that coming out to like pretty good acclaim and doing decent at the box office.
Might have been overseas when that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was pretty popular when it came out.
I was in the war.
He was a Nam, the Nam Nathaniel.
No, I think I was in England.
Still fighting a good fight. Yeah, no, it did pretty well, and then had a lot of hype around it when it came out. Like a lot of people were talking.
Yeah, I remember
about
watching it on Netflix at some point.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters and enjoyed it, and then I feel like people have just kind of forgotten about it a little bit because the Cloverfield franchise as a whole kind of fizzled out.
Well, the Paradox was bad.
Right, with the Paradox, and they've released more. Haven't they released 1 or 2 other ones since then on Netflix? Or something? Or is it just the third one?
Just the Paradox.
All right, yeah. Well, then that kind of fizzled out, the Cloverfield hype. So, unfortunate, but it happens. Are we good here on the spoilers?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Tyler, you still here?
Oh, boy. It has been a while since I've heard from Tyler. He might have cut out, or he could just be in the bathroom. Who knows? We'll find out. Do you want to pause, or you want to keep rolling?
I mean, I guess we keep going. Yeah, mark it. We're
Why
at
not?
1:15:20.
Yeah. We'll get out of spoilers. Whatever Tyler wanted to say, he's probably said already. Cool. Nathaniel, if you were to rank this, of course, it's a Bit of Sizzle episode. It's
69.
not going to be. It's not going to be put up upon. Oh, we never talked about this guy,
Jackie Treehorn.
Jackie Treehorn. We aren't going to put it officially on the entropy list because we don't have Blake here to give his ranking, so it wouldn't be official. But if you were to rank it,
69.
Is that an actual ranking?
I don't know.
That's below Terminator and above Dr. Sleep.
I mean,
Not a bad place.
it's not official, right?
69.
It's not official. Are we all?
It's above Die Hard, so
It is. There's a lot of things above Die Hard.
that's right below Good Will Hunting and above Terminator.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put it at 70. Yep. Good Will Hunting and below Good Will Hunting, above Terminator.
That would be below The Gentleman, though. So I don't know if Yasik deserves that. Just kidding, Yasik. Hope you're listening.
Below The Gentleman, he would want to keep The Gentleman as high as possible.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, I think you got that one backwards.
I don't know. Redline's on there.
Yeah, no, I do like Redline.
Redline's so fucking sick, dude.
Dude, I kind of want to go back and watch that tonight.
Good movie.
So sick.
So good.
You don't know a damn thing about racing.
Okay, but realistically,
Fire the cannon at Funky Boy.
where would I put Big Lebowski on here? I think for me, this is like
Oh my god.
Sorry, folks. We're having technical difficulties here at Back Row HQ because the demon known as Ellie has decided to attack my co-host Adam.
I put my hand in the one space that she usually can jump up at. I put my hand here, and she just decided to jump over it. She just decided to jump over my hand and ignore the stop sign. She ran to the stop sign.
Hello,
Little-
Mr. Adam.
little
Fuck you. I'm
Bryce
going to come
Harper
up
here, running through the third base coach. All right. Well, nice to see you, Ellie.
Hello, Adam.
Thank you for joining us
I'm
for
here
the
again.
ranking.
I would like to rank the movie Big Lebowski. I watched it with my uncle today. It was pretty good, but did there have to be so much cussing? I'm going to put this at 49 between Nope and Scream.
Wow, that is high. Move your paw.
I'm not too far off. I was originally looking to really start to create some separation between that Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi kind of realm in there. And I think Barbie falls short of this.
Well, keep in mind, this isn't going
Official.
up unless,
Yeah.
I know.
So I would love to, talk about separation and the entropy list and the tier system.
I've got
we going.
separation anxiety.
Do you?
Nope.
So I'm gonna be 54.
Okay, 54. Where does that leave us?
Under Boys in the Hood, above Barbie.
Okay,
Because the boys in the hood are always hard.
Facts.
right. I would probably, dude. La La Land is gonna kill me forever and ever.
That's your fault.
Is it? I believe it's yours
Why would it be my fault?
because you ranked it in very low.
It's not my fault you didn't rank it higher.
And I'm pretty sure I put it in top 15 or something. I
Should
don't
have
know.
ranked it higher.
I don't know how much of a difference it would have made. Anyway,
Should have done better.
Yeah. Should have ranked it infinity. Or infinity times 2 if you really wanted to mean business. I mean, this is playground rules. Have we not established
You
that?
should just
It's
you should
all
just
funny
gone
money.
one if you knew we weren't going to be that high. If you just want to automatically jack one of your movies up as high as you possibly
Oh, I'm
can go,
sorry.
just
I'm
hit
not
one.
trying to hijack the only thing that
Is this your podcast or is this not?
mine. When did I claim ownership? I say co-hosts.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I
So-
can claim ownership if you guys want. That doesn't mean I get all the revenue, all negative revenue
Damn.
that this podcast brings in. Okay, I'm gonna put it. That seems low. That still seems low. Now we gotta look around, Ellie. I will put it below. I'm gonna put it at 65 if I were to rank it. Below Bullet Train and above Coherence.
Couldn't even go 69.
69 below Good Will Hunting, above Terminator. No, yeah, I think that's a good spot for it. Bullet Train has just got a fun place in my heart. This is a fun movie.
You should replace Bullet Train in your heart with the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, should I?
I would make the argument. It would make you cooler with the other millennials if you really want to.
Zillennials.
No, if you want to ditch the zillennials and grow a beard and join the millennials.
Yeah, if you really want to.
Can I do that? Can I just switch sides like that?
I think so.
Yeah. If you got
What do I
if
have
you
to
got the
do?
street cred,
Yeah.
What do I have to do? Do I have to get rid of
You
my
have-
smartphone? Do I have to get an iPhone 5?
You have to get an Android. And
Oh,
then you have
shit.
to abandon.
No, I got plenty of cool friends. I have iPhones.
Like me?
Yeah, you got to ditch Bullet Train for Big Lebowski.
Okay. So step 1, get an Android. Step 2, rank this above Bullet Train.
Yep.
Step 3, buy this movie on 4K Blu-ray.
Buy it on vinyl.
That was getting there. VHS. Find a VHS
There
of
you
this. What else here?
I think that's it. For
Is
the
that
most part.
okay? That's the 4-step plan to becoming a millennial.
Existential dread.
Right.
And student loan debt.
So I was about to say the debt comes in some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have that.
Well, I'm happy for you. Wait, so you're saying I can become a millennial and it'll pay off my student loans?
Yeah, I think that's
I
how
don't
that
know,
works.
maybe. Yeah.
All right, cool. This sounds like an enticing deal. You guys make a good offer.
We try.
Yeah. Does it mean I also have to delete TikTok and only use Instagram Reels? That might be a deal breaker.
You can use Google.
Google.
I'm still fucking
Alphabet.
on
I don't know.
SGs,
Did they switch the names?
No, I just not for search engine. I meant for just watching short form content. All right, I'm not.
Nah, you can still use it. I know people. That use
I
it.
hate that you assumed I meant as a search engine. All right, that's it for our review. Our next review is going to be a fun one. It's going to be
3 fun ones in a row.
Oh well, it's not that fun. It's actually about teenagers dying and
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hunger Games.
Teenage Mutant
Ballad,
Ninja
Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
I gotta hope this is bad.
It's the prequel. I like Hunger Games. I don't hope it's bad.
I'm a fan of Hunger Games too.
I'm a very big fan of Hunger Games. I read all 3 of the original books. I did not finish this book, I will admit. I did get about halfway through before I kind of fell off on it. However, what I did read was pretty good. Did like it a lot.
Yeah, but why do I feel about Hunger Games that way about Hunger Games?
Because you're a millennial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you would understand, Nathaniel.
It's so painful. All the children fighting each other. Lame.
Dystopian future, Nathaniel.
Oh no!
What you
but
don't
that was
understand?
the thing. Like I thought Hunger Games was cool when it first came out, but it was just kind of. It was the thing where they tried to elevate it from a kind of dark story
very dark.
about kids killing each other in an arena to this like political statement. Like it all had to mean something.
Well, did you read the books?
Yeah.
You don't feel like
No, I think it gets dog shit at the third one. I think the
third book.
Yeah, I think the author tries to become to, like she tries to make it about something and make it all a big point, and she loses grasp quickly of the fact that she didn't have a good point. She just had a good idea for a story. And like it never needed to be anything more than that. The lottery isn't effective because you know everything going on in the world around it. It's effective because you get a slice of life moment in these people's like world and you experience it with them and then it's over.
Lottery.
Shirley Jackson's The Lottery. It's very similar to the Hunger Games where everyone draws a lottery and then whoever wins gets selected and everyone wants to be selected, but being selected means you get stoned to death.
Oh. Okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah. Hunger Games is just the lottery meets Battle Royale.
It was the OG Battle Royale.
No, Battle Royale was the OG Battle Royale.
Well, Battle Royale, the pish posh, Nathaniel. What is Battle Royale?
Battle Royale is like a 2004 Japanese movie about a group of high schoolers that are all put into a arena with
fucking savage, dude.
with a collar bomb and have to fight each other to the death.
So Battle Royale is the OG Battle Royale. Okay, that sounds kind of sick.
It's a really good movie.
Is it better than the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Why are we? Wait. Let's watch that next week. Yo, is that streaming anywhere? I kind of want to see.
It's probably on like Shudder or Tubi.
It's
definitely a Tubi. It's 100% on Tubi.
Is that
yeah?
That's a Japanese film, you said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course it is. That sounds like an anime.
It is not an anime.
Well, it sounds like it could be an anime, you know?
It's
It is on
it's
Tubi.
very,
Fuck yeah.
It's on Tubi, Canopy, if you got it.
That's the library.
This is what gave Train to Busan so much like gusto. They were like, dude, fucking Battle Royale was sick. Like Train to Busan is probably gonna be sick, and then everybody fucking started watching.
Incredible line out of this movie that is so underrated that makes me laugh every time.
When you say this movie, Big Lebowski?
Big Lebowski,
Okay.
yeah. When he says, a Chinaman took my legs in Korea.
Yo, I laughed so hard. Yeah. No. I 100% agree with you. I forgot about that line. Dude, I laughed so hard. You can ask Papa Schwartz because I thought that's probably my favorite line in the movie. A Chinaman took my legs in North Korea. After they said the guy was the Chinaman
It's
peed
not
on my
the
rug.
preferred nomenclature,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Dude, that line was so good. Oh, that was so funny. Okay. Anyway, we're watching Hunger Games next week, the prequel. Check it out. Enjoy it. Blake's never seen any of the Hunger Games because he's Blake. We got to get him caught up, man. He hasn't seen Harry Potter, Star Wars, or Hunger Games.
No, this is what I love about Blake.
I do love it
Blake was
too.
built in a lab and only bred on horror movies.
Right. It's
and
kind of
black
funny.
culture movies.
It's
as well,
kind of,
too.
I don't know how it happened, but we're here. And yeah, so we're going to have him watch it, and he can give you his unbiased Hunger Games opinion. I don't know how much sense it's going to make for him.
I'm going to watch the movie Battle Royale, and I'm just going to make my review about the movie Battle Royale, but just try and slot it in with the rest of you guys' review.
Right.
And just see if anyone notices.
I think I might notice now.
No, just starting now.
Okay.
Just forget everything I said up to this.
Okay.
Next week's a new episode.
Right. I'll forget all about what you just said, I promise.
That's right.
Okay.
Listeners, if you want to watch the 2004 film Battle Royale, it's on Tubi.
It's 2000.
2000 movie, damn.
Zillennial, baby.
That's not true. It's not a Zillennial.
It's a Zillennial movie.
Whatever.
It's marked. You're the dragon.
Whatever Adam says, it's not a Zillennial
It's
movie.
a Zillennial movie.
It's
Claimed.
not.
Trademark TM.
No.
No, actually, if anything, Hunger Games is a Zillennial movie right there.
There you go.
Yeah. We'll claim that one. Me and J-Law. Any of you guys watch either of you guys watch the is it called No Hard Feelings?
I want to.
What is it? Is
That's
that
gonna
what it's
be
called?
yeah, it's gonna be on my list for.
It came out to streaming, I think.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, yeah. I heard it was good. It looked good.
Yeah, No Hard Feelings, that comedy with Jennifer Lawrence,
Yeah.
where she gets like hired by the kid's family to date him or whatever.
Oh, we already watched that.
Oh, is it
okay.
funny? Well, let's get into
Yeah,
a
it's
little bit
pretty
of what
decent.
we're watching.
It's decent. We had quite a bit of fun with it.
Good.
So it's definitely
Worth a watch.
one of her more recent movies that
Recommend.
we've thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah, I'd say if you're like, especially if you're on like a little date or like you're chilling with a little female friend, like or guy friend, whatever you're into.
Yeah, a partner.
Yeah, if it's just like you're looking for a little cute like little date movie or something like that, I definitely recommend it. It's good.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be a guy or a girl. Could be a they. Could be a them.
Could
Could
be.
be anyone.
Like I said, whatever you're into, I really don't give a shit.
Could be a Zillennial.
Could be a Zillennial. If
Yeah.
you don't stop saying Zillennial, this is going to be known as the Zillennial episode. And
Yeah, I think it already is.
I hate this. I hate that we're naming our episodes after words now.
I think it's fine. I'm on board.
Well, it is your podcast.
if you're giving me ownership, sure. I'll just blow up my face on the logo. It's just my face.
Adam Schwartz and the boys.
Anyone else watch anything fun?
What
I
have I
haven't
been watching?
much. I've been watching a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Still not like very far. Only like 10 or 11
You're
episodes.
such a baby.
I know.
I got back. Well, I didn't get back. I never started it, but everybody told me I had to, and I've been really I was like, all right, well, I'll do it, and that's in Invincible.
Oh, I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah.
You never watched the first season?
I did not know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's worth it.
Yeah, wait. I
started. I'm
you
like
for sure
I'm
ran
like
on
5 episodes in.
I remember I binge watched that show in a day. This was COVID times, of course, not something I could do now, but this is back in the fraternity house when this show debuted, and then I caught it after all 8 episodes had run already, I think. And my buddy showed it to me, and he should put on the first episode, and I was like, "Stop whatever you're doing! Like, we are just gonna keep watching." And we watched all 8 episodes in basically one sitting, or maybe it was 7, and we finished whatever it was.
It's always like a really good and bad feeling at the same time.
It is.
Yeah.
No, it's very satisfying.
It's like
At the time, I didn't care. It had nothing to do.
Yeah.
It was COVID and online class and all that.
it's always like finishing like a box of like chocolates or something or like
right.
that where you're
Right.
like
Yeah,
you
you're like,
are
I'm really
like
glad I did that.
Or like
like-
Taco Bell.
yeah, you're like I'm glad I'm done with that or like it's out of the house, but at the same time like I'm going to pay for this in some way.
The retribution will find you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so what are you thinking, Ty?
I think it's great so far. I've been having a ton of fun with it. First episode ending is fucking rowdy.
Right? You don't
I was like, holy shit.
and that's why I had to binge the rest of the season. I just never yeah.
Now I read Invincible.
Okay, we get it. You
I
can
did not.
read.
True, I can.
Stupid.
I like the words, and they make me happy. I
All right.
like them. I like when there's a lot of them in a book form.
Yeah, in paper,
Yeah.
printed.
Yep.
All right,
I just
nice.
started a new book.
Oh, congrats. That's like 4 for
Thanks.
you.
I need to finish Dune. Someone
said
hold me.
that's what?
Someone hold me accountable.
So that's like 4 for you.
I know, yeah.
Wait, 4 books total.
Yeah, it's the Doctor Disrespect book.
Oh, right,
And then all
right.
3 Lord of the Rings.
Oh, congrats, Ty. Number 4.
In the
moving up.
Hobbit. So this is like 5.
It is true. Yeah.
My bad. My
And
bad.
I got Harry Potter's.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're double
And I
digits
got a lot
there,
of
bud.
comic books.
Well, those are like
It's
those
in
are
the
like
name.
quarter
It's
of.
in the name.
it is a book.
It is paper.
Graphic novel is the
Yeah.
term.
Right.
I was gonna say I also have like Watchmen, like the graphic novel. If you
Yeah.
wanna, I'm doing quotes.
Would
but,
you ever done
but
the?
yeah.
You never done Watchmen?
I never did.
Man.
What I want to do is read the book and then watch the show.
Yeah, that's true. You need to wait
Seen
5
the
years
movie.
though.
I need to wait 5 years.
Yeah,
Why is that?
brain's gotta be fully developed.
Okay.
I will see if I can dig my copy of Watchmen out of some hole for you.
Oh,
Nathaniel,
please.
do you have a copy?
I have it on digital.
Got it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's a very millennial thing of you.
That's right because I am.
You're
Uh,
millennial. You identify now.
No, I'm a slave to the iPad. You know.
Oh,
That's
you're an
very-
iPad kid. That's
very
even worse.
millennial of me.
That's even worse.
No, because I don't.
Leah said she might want to get a Kindle.
Damn.
I had a Kindle once upon a time. I still do. Somewhere around.
Yeah,
But
see, I had a Nook.
I read a lot as a kid. I read it all the time.
Yeah, I could tell.
Thank you.
You're pasty.
Yeah, when I was a kid, you had to read a book though. You couldn't. There wasn't nothing.
Jesus.
iPad.
Wait, that got real dark real quick. But yes, no, I did read. I also play a lot of video games. That's the other half.
That's the other reason why you're pasty.
Yeah, that's the other reason. Yeah, I get anti-tan is what my brother would always say. Yeah, the screen gives me an anti-tan.
That's the nice word for it.
It wasn't very nice at the time.
It puts off so much blue light it blues your skin.
Exactly. Yeah, it's translucent. Anyway, but you like Invincible?
Someone said a loose episode.
I
Very-
do. Yes. Yeah. It's a blast so far.
Good. Yeah, I thought you'd watched it when we were talking about it, whatever that was, a year or 2 ago. But Nathaniel, you watched at the time, right?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it was just the two of us.
He did, and then obviously more people were working at the store, so like I think
Yeah.
everybody was like had watched it at the store, and I was
Yeah.
just like I must have been watching something else.
Right, and I remember telling you like you have to watch it because you love The Boys so
Yeah.
much, and it's similar to The Boys,
Yeah.
but animated, and in my opinion, much better.
It's good. The Boys is good.
Boys is good. I much prefer Invincible personally,
Yeah,
but
that's probably-
Boys is good.
And Gen V is also good.
I would recommend.
I haven't watched Gen V.
I would recommend watching The Boys. I would recommend reading Invincible.
Okay, I want to read Invincible whenever they're done.
Don't
with
read The
it.
Boys.
I've heard The Boys. Yeah, I've heard the show is better,
It is.
which is impressive. Usually it's the other way around.
No, yeah, The Boys. The Boys. The comic book is like just like unnecessarily
Graphic novel.
Sure, it's just like unnecessarily mean spirited.
Oh, okay.
Like it is. It's like it's just mean to like be mean and like like. This is getting off topic, but like
Yeah.
it's like one of those
We
ones
don't have a
that, like,
topic, so
It's like one of those ones where like they just like overuse rape as a storyline,
okay.
or there's like as a trope too much of like this is the worst thing that can happen to someone
Got
kind
it.
of thing, and you're just like that's boring, man. Like
Right.
even on like a like not only is it gross and like traumatic for everyone that has to read that as well too, but like it's a boring like story beat as well too.
yeah,
at this
especially if it's
point.
not handled properly. Which
Right.
yeah,
It's trust me, it's not.
yeah. No,
Like,
I believe it.
yeah, it's just it's the Boys comic book is not good.
Okay, noted. I've heard Invincible is very good. I would
Invincible's great. Invincible's
I-
Robert Kirkman.
right, which I have 3 out of the 4 compendiums for Walking Dead.
I always wanted to read his other one.
Yeah, what is his other one?
Well, there's another one that he did that I think it's called like Outsiders or something like that, but it's about like an exorcist,
Oh yes,
which I think they made into like
they
a series
did.
as
It
well
was.
too.
I think it might. You might be right. It might be The Outsiders, or The Outsider. Kirkman.
It's not The Outsider. That's the Stephen King one, but it was like it's something
Yeah,
Outcast maybe.
Yeah, it's
Walking Dead was so much fun, by the way.
Yeah, I mean it's great.
Outcast.
Outcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Walking Dead was fun for like 4 or 5 seasons, and then it wasn't.
I'm in the books.
The books are great. Yeah, the books are good.
So much fun.
Yeah.
That was like I did that for like 2 years when I was a ballet with my buddy Trevor. We would just bring copies of.
When
certain
you were in the
comic books.
ballet.
Valet. V.
Where were you a valet at? This is a job I don't know if you've ever told me about.
It was at a place called Boulder Ridge Country Club,
Okay.
and
When
I
how
got
old were
in.
you?
I think it was before 20. I don't think I could eat.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
I mean, drink
This is,
yet.
okay, this is long ago. Okay.
Yeah, and if it was, I might have been able to like just drink towards like the tail end of me being a valet.
I gotcha. But this would have been
But
way
it was, like-
before Walking Dead was a show then, right?
It was like right when it was like kind of coming out,
Okay.
so you could like follow along.
So like when did that start? 2010?
Maybe,
Yeah, that's somewhere around
sure. Which would have been like right when I was like 20.
there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that all
So-
checks out.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was just me and my buddy. I got him a job there too as a valet, and we would literally just go sit in our little booth and wait for people to come park, and then we got like fat tips, and all we did was just hang out and fucking read comic books and graphic novels.
That does sound like fun.
It was a good time. Fat stacks of cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was like it's a pretty ritzy club for like that area or this area. It's kind of around here. And do you know Plody Construction?
No.
Well, if you're on 90 we're heading towards like my place,
Okay.
it'll be on your right hand side, like pretty close to my exit. But it's a big green sign that says Plody. It's construction, but they do like a fuck ton of construction. They're like a huge name, but they own that club.
Okay. Gotcha.
And yeah, it was always a lot of fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
That's a job I will always tell somebody, like if they're like looking for like a weekend job,
Yeah.
I'd like go be a valet somewhere.
Does sound like a decent weekend job.
It's fun.
Nathaniel, have you watched any of New Invincible?
I've not watched any new Invincible. I've been watching a couple other shows though, and a couple things here and there. You know, Tyler, one I think you know about. I'm pretty sure is Samurai Champloo.
Mhm.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's from the guy that did. Help me out here. It is the studio I want to say that did Space Cowboy. Why is it out of my head now? See you soon, Space Cowboy.
I don't
Cowboy Bebop.
know.
Thank you.
I was like, I was having a total brain fart. I was like,
yeah.
isn't it Space Cowboy?
No, yeah. That's all I could think of. Cowboy Bebop. But it's this kind of early mid-century Japan where there's two samurai going around which are like anti-samurai in some way, and they're trying to find another samurai, and it's super cool and hip-hop inspired, and it's awesome. Been watching more Spy Family as well too. That's fun. I watched The Fall of the House of Usher. I can't remember if I talked about that on last week's
You did,
pod.
you did.
Okay, yeah.
You did.
Got to that. There's something else that I watched as well too. Didn't watch any F1 recently, but I did watch the UFC a
Vegas, baby.
bit. UFC is often in Vegas, yes.
I was talking about F1.
Yeah, I know that. That's coming up this weekend as well.
Yeah.
But what else did I get to?
You guys ready for that 1 a.m. start time?
Yeah, no. There's something else
What
that
the hell is that?
who knows, man. There's something else I watched. Why am I forgetting it now?
Big Lebowski.
Oh, Loki. We've finished Loki, and it was good.
I heard it was good.
Loki is good. Yeah, I do recommend it, and I'm
Do
happy
I
to have watched it.
I'll have to go back
So
because we watched the first season, and then we got through like 2 episodes of the second season, and Leah was just
Out, yeah.
completely out.
So
I liked the first season, but I've been kind of checked on an MCU since.
So the majority of this season has been directed, or at least like produced, by these two guys, Aaron Moorhead and Ryan Benson. I want to say his name is. It's Benson and Moorhead. And they are directors that I have followed for a while now, since they were kind of doing indie stuff, and now they're the ones that also in recent news got signed on to be the showrunners on the new Daredevil series as well too. And it's just been cool to watch them kind of like go throughout all of this stuff. But I think they did a really good job with the end of that series as well too, and I think it ends in a really cool place. And yeah, it's probably one of the better things that Marvel's done in a bit now.
That's what I keep hearing.
So yeah, I thought that was good. And then I feel like there was still something else that I watched as well too. But I got a bunch of movies as my kind of going away present to myself from Best Buy. So hopefully we'll be working through some of those here soon. Yeah. What about you, Adam? What have you been watching?
The only other thing really is I've been busy, so I haven't watched a ton. I did watch the newest episode of Invincible.
Okay.
Season 2, episode 2. Pretty solid episode at this point. First season, or the first ep, didn't really had some good, like really good. First episode was really good. Not quite on par with like the ending of season 1, episode 1, but still very good.
What? Could you tell me what it starts with without spoiling it? Because like I said, I've read most of it.
I will try to do this in a way that, because I don't know how well, that's the thing, is I don't know how the books line it up, but there's no good way to spoil.
Is this the one?
Say without spoiling.
No, is this where he like encounters the guy that is the scientist or whatever, the very, really smart guy? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know this storyline. It's fun. That's a very fun storyline where you're presented with a character as like a villain to him, who you're like, oh, like Invincible should be able to take care of this very easily, and it very quickly gets out of control, and you're very quickly like, oh, this is a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what the first episode introduces.
Okay.
And so the second episode is, you don't see that character too much. It's more just Invincible stuff, kind of. But they are still. They're still grappling with the events of season 1 as they should be.
Yeah, of course.
So
that is most of the series you'll find.
Right.
As the core of that series, the core tenet of it is very much an earth-shattering reveal that you have to kind of grapple with.
Right. So, yeah, so that'll be
Invincible's got one of the great all-time just like gut punch beginnings of just like, oh shit.
That first episode, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. In turn, like, cause we've seen Game of Thrones, for example, jaw dropping.
Sure.
You know, like, oh,
but that was episode 9. Yeah.
But this is season 1, episode 1, and you understand, and somehow in one episode you understand the gravity of what just happened.
Yeah, the stakes.
And the stakes that are at play, and you just, because, and I think what benefits it too is that, like, you know, it's
just Superman has a dad, but his dad is also Superman.
Right. Well, yeah. And because what helps it too is that all the heroes in Invincible are basically heroes you've seen before, rebranded.
Well, that's the thing.
It's like the Justice League, basically.
It takes place in a certain, I think it's the ID or Independent Comics universe. So like if you read the comics, there are heroes that show up in Invincible that have their own comic series and stuff and like that kind of thing as well too.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a fun universe. It's definitely worth reading, I would say.
I want to get to it. I don't know how many seasons of the show they have planned, but
I don't know, but there's about 70 issue or like 70 books, which I think are probably like 5 or 6 issues a piece or something like that.
So it's long.
Yeah, it's long. They will never. I don't think they'll ever finish it.
Oh, they're still going.
I know, but I still don't. No, I don't think. I think.
The show. You don't think you're gonna finish the show?
I don't think the show will ever be able to catch up to the thing.
book.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, well, still, I'd rather the show keep surprising me and then go back and be surprised again by the book. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah. But yeah,
not like a knock on the quality of the show. I just think Amazon's not that patient.
Well, yeah, it took them 2 years to do this one when it's an animated show and it
Costs nothing.
right for Amazon relatively. Yeah,
Well, it doesn't look like it costs anything either.
Exactly. So I don't know what the holdup was on the production of this one, but hey, I'm sure there was some contract issue with J.K. Simmons, as is his right. Pay that man.
Hey, that man.
Pay that man. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I watched. I think we should we can keep it moving. Let's see. Review next week is Hunger Games. We already went over that.
Invisible is 144 issues.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how. I don't have a reference for how long that is in graphic novel terms.
Fine, I'll find that out.
Okay. While he does that, please share the podcast. Share with a friend, a family member, or your bowling buddies. Any of those work.
25 volumes.
Okay, I have a little bit more reference now. Okay, that's sizable. That's a pretty big.
Are volumes the same as issues?
No, obviously there's 144 issues. So if you want to divide 25 volumes by, or 144 by 25, figure it out.
That's a lot. That's a lot of comic. Okay. What was that? Where was I?
5.76 issues of volume.
Okay. Do we have a 5-star review, Nathaniel? Why don't you
No.
look that up? Okay. Well, if you want to leave a 5-star review, we'll read it here out loud on podcast. So leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Yeah, while you're doing that, share the podcast. Like I already said, follow us on Twitter at BanterRow, on Instagram at BackrowBanterPod, and our email is backrowbanterpod@gmail.com. And YouTube is just BackrowBanter. Wow, I almost said BlakeHolder. I've gone like almost every episode with like BlakeHolder. Where can I find you at?
It's true, man. Has Blake missed an episode at all?
I'm trying to think of the bit of sizzles that we've done. I know I missed 69, whatever that dinosaur movie was. 65.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah. No. Adam Driver, Jurassic Park.
65.
Terra Nova.
65.
Called Driver Park.
Driver Park.
Driver Park. Yeah.
Driving Miss Park.
I missed that one. And I don't know if there's another one I missed. I think there was one other one.
You and I did the Beatles bit of sizzle.
That was the OG bit of sizzle. That was like not like an episode they weren't a part of. That was just an offshoot.
Yeah, because we both watched it.
Right. What are the other bit of sizzles we've had in recent?
The Tyler's one.
Oh, Sisu. I missed Sisu as well. So I've missed 65 and Sisu, and then Tyler missed Knock at the Cabin and Mission Impossible. So yeah, I think Nathaniel, you and Blake, I don't think have missed one.
Well, no, Blake has.
Blake wasn't on Get Out, if that's what you're referencing, but I don't count that one for him because he was never supposed to be on Get Out. Or Get Back, sorry, Get Back.
Right, yeah, no, that's
I don't count that one for Blake.
Now though, on the last one.
Well, you keep saying that, but again, we did that as an extra episode. Blake didn't miss that recording. He was never a part of the recording.
But he's missing
now he's
this
saying
one.
this one.
What? Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know why it took me so long to understand. It took me a while to understand what you were saying. You're right. Now he is gone. And now, yeah, you're right. Now you're the last holdout.
It's all right. I'm taking it easy.
Yeah. All right.
I'm a Biden.
Okay.
I'm just tying it into the movie, bro.
For a second I just thought you said I'm a Biden.
As a Joe Biden?
Joe Biden. That's what I heard.
No, I'm a
Biden.
I'm the dude, and I'm abiding this moment.
Got it.
But no, I'm also Joe Biden.
Where can the people find you at, Nathaniel?
My final form on Twitter /X at NS Gingwick on Letterboxd. Gingwick.
Jesus, get us out.
At Gingrich.
Gingrich.
On Letterboxd at NS Gingrich. And on Instagram at NathanielG92. Sandpiper Tapes is my other podcast. Adam.
I'm on Twitter at H24 and on Letterboxd at H. That's AYYSH. Tyler.
Instagram, Letterboxd, and X are all Tyler Vidalis, VIDALES.
All right. I think that's going to do it here for Bit of Sizzle, Big Lebowski episode. Join us next week for our review of the Hunger Games.
Battle Royale.
Join us for our review of Battle Royale. Yeah, thank you all for listening. If you made it this far to the episode, congratulations. I don't know who did, but congrats, you're here. And we're happy to have you. We'll see you next week, and we'll be RB.
Be excellent to each other. Everyone will be RB.
Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate everything you do to help us grow, and just keep passing on love. You just never know where somebody's at in their day, in their month or week or whatever it is, and we will be RB.
America. Ready for another lesson.
What a time to be alive.
The 90s?
Yeah. Sad I missed it. I feel like that was the last, you had a good run of I've seen a lot of TikToks about this recently.
Oh God, here we go.
About
Are we
how
getting nostalgic for the 90s?
I'm getting nostalgic for nostalgia, where things from like 2002 onward look the same. You go watch The Office that debuted in 2004. The only thing that gives it away that it's 2004 is the technology. But their costumes, their hairstyles, everything in the show itself looks like it could be filmed today. And not much has changed in the last 20 years, whereas compared to the decades previously, you have drastically different, cultural hairstyles and fashion, and you can look at a photo from, say, the 70s and know it's from the 70s, and same thing as the 80s, 90s, all that. But I don't feel like in the past 50 years, I don't know if you're going to be able to identify 2004 or 2023 very easily, beyond technology and stuff.
I think you will.
I broke my headphones.
Oh, that's cool. You don't agree, though?
No, I don't. I think there's
No.
I think there'll still be different differentiators.
But you don't think? But you can't deny at least that.
Do you remember 2004? Have you seen Scooby-Doo 2004? Because that's the most 2004 thing that ever existed.
Yeah, I've seen
that. Is very distinct.
I just don't think.
And then were you around during the bump it hair phase? When every girl had the bump it, where it was
the
like
little front bangs that pop up.
And then they popped it up on the top, and then there was
What
like
year
a
was
bump
that?
there. That was like a 08, 09, somewhere in that range.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
that's when we
remember
were in
that.
high school. That was like every cheerleader ever.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you see a picture of that. That's not 2000. That's not 2023, man. I'm telling you.
Okay, but
There's
I
definitely
think-
indicators out there.
I think you can agree at least that the differentiators between decade are much more subtle than they were before. I don't think the
I don't
change
know
is
that they
as
are.
drastic. I don't know
I
how
remember
you're. I don't know how you're disagreeing.
2006, Nathaniel was wearing puka shell necklaces and had like long Justin Bieber hair.
I'm not saying trends don't change. I just think a lot of things look. I don't know. I feel like the last 20 years has been very
You're
homogenous.
talking from a design sense?
I don't know. Just general fashion, general aesthetic. Cultural aesthetic, hairstyles, clothing. I don't know.
So general fascism?
Yeah.
So what you said?
So hairstyles have changed. Yeah, because like hairstyles have changed as well too. For a while there, everyone had the Macklemore, and then we realized that was everyone doing that was racist. And now we're back to weird perm hair for men and side cuts, and then like we're almost back to the 90s again. So soon, I'm expecting the straight haired.
I hope we keep going back.
Emo scene.
I hope we keep going backwards. Like we don't stop at just the 90s. I think I hope we go back to the 80s. And then
we did the 80s and the thousands, though. This is the thing. You haven't gotten to go through this yet. We did the 70s when I had my puka shells and my Justin Bieber hair. And
that still felt like 90s to me. That felt like
but that was the thing. We were doing it then too. Like you're just catching this wave now. This is your first 10 years as a fully online human.
I've been online for a while now, man.
No, I mean I'm talking from a brain development standpoint, not from a internet connection.
Got
point of view.
it. Got it.
Adam, I understand the sentiment. To bring us back to our other conversation, I understand the ideas and I understand the sentiment. I truly do think this is a scenario of like your generation on TikTok, because you said that's where you started seeing this, right?
Yeah, right.
I think you're all starting to experience this now, and it is something that like everyone goes through at some point.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if I agree. But maybe I'll come around. I don't know.
I think you won't until you're 30, and then you'll be like, oh, yeah, because you start to see the wheel go back around again, and you're like, okay, now I understand what the differences are. Yeah.
I thought I told you, hey, what goes around comes back around.
What goes around, goes around, goes around, comes all the way back around. I'm sorry, did I kill that?